How's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So I'm going to call this becoming a minimalist because that's what I believe that I kind of have become over the last few years. Not maybe to the level of an extreme one, but I'm pretty damn close at this point in time, and has been one of the most refreshing things I've ever done for myself is minimizing me buying a lot of stupid shit or spending my money in areas that I don't want, or buying a lot of things. It could be clothes where it's just basically, once I get it, it's the value of it is very limited. And that could go for high-end things too, including cars, me having too many cars or having just too many possessions in general, especially when I'm going to move. But when it's just a different lifestyle, and it's not a lifestyle as far as being cheap. I have no problem buying other people things. Where I fall short as far as being a minimalist and saving money, though, for the most part, is I still spend a tremendous amount of money eating out, doing things in that nature, even traveling. But I'm all about the experience. I've tried for years to stop doing this. I can't, and when I don't do it, say go out as much as I want to go out and do whatever I want to do, I start to feel like I'm dying. So I can't have both. But I've definitely gotten to the point where I love kind of being able to. And believe me, it's not about being cheap to myself. If I want something, I'm going to get it. I'll become creative enough. But I realized I don't need nearly as much as I thought I needed. I also realized that possessions don't make me any more valuable to anyone else or myself. And that may sound kind of crazy, but I think for the most part, a lot of people are buying shit to impress others. And I have no idea why we're doing that. That could include buying homes. It could include buying cars. It could include buying furniture or jewelry, all the different types of things that I think that we feel like we need to buy again to show off, if you want to do that, God bless you. If you have money, more power to you. I definitely don't want to tell anybody how to really live their lifestyle. I'm just telling you what worked for me and what may work for others out there. Because I used to be obsessed to a certain degree, just constantly buying things. I also kind of came up with excuses a lot of times to say, I'm buying all this because if the bottom of it falls out, I still have all this. And then if the bottom really falls out, I can go and then sell it all on top of that. The thing is, you buy a ton of shit for one. Now it's like baggage or anything else, especially if you plan on moving or something comes up. You got to, pay for movers. You got all these different things that you have to take along with you. Not only that, it's maintaining all these things. And then also at the end of the day, when you think you do want to sell these things, for the most part, they're worth a quarter of what you paid for them. Really. I mean, with the exception of maybe real estate, and a lot of real estate too. Everyone always talks about all the money you can make in real estate. Of course you can make money, but they don't talk a lot of times about other losses they've taken in real estate or investments that they've, may have made in their homes or in their properties where they lost, value on certain things. These are just things that I'm kind of mentioning to people because I know a lot of my listeners are younger people. And I will say this too, being a minimalist to a certain degree, because this took a long time to do, is, if you have an opportunity to maybe just say, you know what, for a few months, I'm just not going to spend money on anything really, except eating and shit. I'm just saying. I'm not really, just 6 months, unless you need it, I'm not going to buy another shirt necessarily unless I need it. I'm not going to buy new gym shoes unless I need it. I'm not going to buy a new car unless I really need it. And if I do go buy a car, I'm going to find the best deal possible if you have to do something like that. It's basically just kind of being frugal. And you may be shocked at how not being so caught up always having to shop and buy and purchase and bring home and kind of almost becoming either a collector, a hoarder, or whatever. Because if, I am not a guy though too, and I get these guys, a lot of people are like, you buy and you sell online and all that stuff and you can find deals. So if that's your thing, God bless you. If you're making money on what you purchase or if you kind of replenish things, even resale or consignment, I'm down with all that. But I do think a lot of people that I know, a lot of them complain that they're broke, but you walk in their house and their closet is loaded with shit that they very seldom ever wear. I talk about it a lot of times where that's all dead inventory. You're walking up guys' garages, right? I'm just saying they got 30 fishing poles maybe, or they got a boat that they very seldom use, and then they got a motor on the boat, hypothetically, or then they have in the garage all these weightlifting equipment they don't use, and all these different types of things that are just dead money. And most likely you paid probably a certain amount of money for it. I don't care if it's new or used, it's just dead money sitting there. It's inventory. Either sell it or get rid of it to a certain degree. And I think that's the thing I'm going to wrap up with now regarding being a minimalist, is it's hard sometimes to let a lot of things go or throw them out or give them away. But the more you kind of realize, again, that those things aren't who you are always. I mean, some is, but kind of like just clearing out things clears your mind out, like getting sistemat and, like in Italian, cleaning things up and getting organized. It's a lot easier, even getting your closet. If you have, and I see this again with a lot of my friends, they got a bunch of different suits. They almost all look the same. A ton of long sleeve shirts. They almost look the same. A bunch of golf shirts. They look the same. 20 gym shoes. They only wear 3 of them. 15 pairs of dress shoes. Again, I'm not telling you to get rid of all your shit. But if you don't use it, say 6 months to a year, you're not wearing some of these things for 3-6 months. And I get some things are seasonal. Of course, I'm not going to tell you to get rid of your winter coats because you may wear them in the winter or when you travel. Certain things you're going to use, but a lot of things you are holding on to are just a waste of space, especially like, again, back in your garage, your closet, in your home. Just by getting rid of some things and just opening up and just kind of having a whole new outlook. I also think there's so many things we hold on to for so many years that really are junk. And it's hard, I guess, if they all, everything can be attached to a memory. I get it, but when it comes to the point where every little thing, I can't get rid of this because in 1975 I got this from here and I picked this up when I was on a vacation. My great-grandfather, like if it's something like a great-grandfather gave you and you cherish, of course you want to keep that. But most people's stuff inside their home is just decrepit, again, in their closet, in their garage. It could be wherever, in storage. I see so many people paying storage fees for things that are really junk. I mean, I just went through that with my friend too. Like, if you're going to store shit, make sure it's worth the value of, paying the storage fee. It's not just, and everyone's always like, oh, I'm going to get a storage for a month or two. Before you know it, they pay a year or 2 year, whatever the case may be, spending thousands of dollars storing things that they don't even use, or they're just being devalued. So just want to again do these kind of podcasts where I'm just trying to help people kind of think things through differently, because now that I'm beyond middle-aged, there's so many things that I think I did right and I've experimented with. And I will say, officially wrap it up with this: if you're going to buy certain possessions, make sure at least the value of them at least holds some value, or maybe with the possibility of being more valuable. But you understand, buying clothes, a lot of times that used clothing, you're going to lose about 70%. You buy new cars, obviously common sense. I hope you have some that you realize how much that car, unless it's a classic, is being just devalued. That goes for a lot of jewelry as well. You think, oh, I'm buying this. Go try sell most used jewelry. Good luck with it, unless it's certain diamonds or certain pieces. That goes for a lot of things in your home. You may be, buying things saying, oh, I think it's valued at this. It's only valued at what somebody else is willing to pay. Stop wasting your money again on stupid shit. So I'd rather, again, just my opinion, waste it on things that give me experiences and having fun with others that I love. So instead of me maybe buying something that I just put in my closet, like another suit, hypothetically, because I have, whatever, I'm going to be like, you know what, instead of doing that, let me buy a pass to Universal Studios for a year where I can enjoy that all year and go there, instead of saying I'm going to spend, $1,000 on another suit. That's not going to, if it makes me feel better, but I already have enough. So these are just things that I'm just saying out loud that I think a lot of people kind of figure out where you truly want to spend your money, because I think a lot of people do spend their money on possessions thinking that's what they want to do. And then when something really comes around that they want to do, they can't afford it. They can't fly there. They can't go there. They can't really sometimes get what they truly want at that moment, or they'll put it on credit and then you're destroyed financially because of your interest. But becoming a little bit of a minimalist, you'll start to kind of figure out what's really worth what to you. All right. Questions or comments, you can hit me up whenever you want. richcelenza.com. Take care.